All right, 5-9 gamers, welcome back to episode 48 of the Update Ball Legends podcast. So much update. And before we get into the topics today, our guests are Goresh. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me back. It's good to be here again.
We have Jonikku, who stayed up until 4 a.m. once again for us. What's up, dude?
Yeah, not much. How's it going?
We have our God Key Clapku Supremacy Goat ZVG. What's up, dude?
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Oh, wait, actually, I wanted...
Me and Swift here. The Clapku boys.
You took,
Yes, sir.
You took his spot. No, actually, I misspoke. But Swift, how are you doing? I still like you.
Hey, I'm good, man. I'm good.
And before we go, make sure to hit ! Linktree in the chat. Check out all our social media, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, subreddit, Facebook, all the good stuff. And as always, Twitch Prime is not a crime. Today, we're going to talk about, we also got Zenkai Cabba. We got the Cabba event. We got the Jiren Tower event. One thing that seems to have happened is the PvP queues opened between regions and now it's going by connection. The Kefla raid is still going on. We're talking about Hoi Poi, friendship rank, actually meaning something in TOP, battle system 2.4, and all the other updates in one go because it's just so much with this huge update. And since I kind of think you're the only one who has him at Zenkai 7, Goresh, how do you like that Cabba and the fact that he actually has dailies on his banner?
All right, so here's the thing with Cabba, right? He's definitely not like as good as a lot of other Zenkais in the game, but the way that they're structuring how Zenkais work at this point in the game is they're a lot more free-to-play friendly than they were previously, right? We have, as you mentioned, the dailies on the Zenkai banner. We have like 3 different sets of missions or something where you can get Z power and Zenkai power for him. And so there's the new event also that also gives you Z power. So there's like, as long as you're playing the game and you're doing the missions, you're going to be able to get this guy to Zenkai 7, I think, for like 1 to 2,000 crystals, I think, or something like that.
1,000.
It's a very low
100,
amount.
yeah.
Yeah. So while I would say that this guy definitely doesn't feel as good as a lot of other Zenkais, it's so much easier to get him done. And I think that structure and that system is way better for the health of the game than just making these ridiculously good Zenkais that require, for you to just spend the 7,000 crystals to get them to Zenkai 7.
Yeah, honestly, the fact that you can just do dailies and like get him up there is honestly phenomenal. It's about time that we have this change, but I'm so glad that they finally did it. It's amazing. There's really no complaints at all that you can have with Cabba Zenkai. You get a free Zenkai 6, I think. Someone did the math on it.
You just need
Zenkai 6 or something.
one single or something, and on average,
Yeah, so it's great. But I am sad that he didn't replace Vados on Rav Universe. That's the one thing I'm sad about. Because I think, if you don't know, I think it's time Vados got replaced on other teams, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, he's a pretty good support. He's nothing too crazy, as Gersh said. The Zenkai since 30th anniversary have been very tame. Like very, very, very tame. So I'm happy for that. The Zenkai should be an option, not a necessity, essentially, right? So
Yep.
I'm happy with it. I got nothing else to say, really.
Yeah, and also,
I'm glad you could do the daily single summons on it with the discount. I was pretty surprised. I was like, hang on, this is a new Zenkai. And yeah, I'm thinking that was very nice of Legends to do.
yeah, I hope that this keeps on going forward because also the banner is there for I think a total of 42 days, which is 840 chrono crystals. And yeah, on average you'll get around like 3,950-ish Z like awakening Z power from that, plus the 2,000 from the missions. So yeah, you're literally one single away from Zenkai 6, which unlocks the second unique, and if you want the extra stats, one more multi, you're good. But yeah, how is he as a unit? I think Goresh, you made a showcase on him. What do you think?
Yeah. So he's okay. His damage, the only real issue I have with his damage is the fact that it requires a specific amount of timer counts to elapse before he's able to do like a lot of damage. I think it's 3 and 6 timer counts to get his blast damage buff. So if you start a combo with another unit and then you switch into Cabba and then start doing a combo with him, you're not really going to notice the damage be any kind of impressive until those timer counts have elapsed, which is kind of a bummer. But like, I think the way you want to use him is you want to just switch into him when your current character has no vanish. You sit there for like a few counts and then maybe try and initiate with him, and that's where the damage isn't really going to kick in. But I mean, he does provide a nice buff to like the purple hit you see on the screen right now. Even like someone like Topo, you can switch into Topo, use his main, lock in somebody, and he's going to do a lot more damage with that ultimate. So there's uses for him that are definitely good. But as ZVG said, I just think like Vados is, if you have Vados available to you, like it's just way better. But at the end of the day, he's a solid option, I guess, if you really have no other greens for this team. And then he also Zenkai buffs Jiren, so that's cool.
Oh yeah,
that
true.
is cool.
It is rival universe, right? So,
Yeah, green rival universe.
So basically, you can now double Zenkai buff Vados.
Yep, with Beerus and Cabba.
But does that make her viable? Because I mean,
As a damage dealer, no.
yeah, that's for sure.
Something else I wanted to quickly mention too is his specific buffs for Vegeta. I find to be very bizarrely designed, because like, what team are you running Cabba and Vegeta together? Like Saiyans? Neither of them, like
No.
Evolution Blue, Vegeta, and Cabba don't buff Saiyans with their Z ability, so they're just going to be kind of gimping the team by being there.
No, here's the thing, Goresh. You're on Cabba. I mean, you're on Evo Vegeta on Rival Universe with the leader update. That's the plan.
Okay, yeah, that is a good point. Actually, somebody made that in the comments of one of my video, or maybe it was on Twitter. They said this guy was designed with the leader slot system in mind, which makes sense because then you could just put him on whatever team, right? He's giving the health buff to the whole team pretty much. So I can definitely
the Zenkais don't give the
yeah.
buff, but they receive the buff from the leader, I think.
Okay.
So
yeah, I mean,
we'd have to put Evo Vegeta on Rival Universe for him to like buff him. It's weird. It's weird.
There's so many like question marks with that we can't really talk about it right now because we don't know how it works.
Yeah, and it'll also be end of the year, which means like what, November, December, probably. Maybe there's gonna be another big update for right before Christmas or for Black Friday or something like this. Yeah, and I guess then we'll probably know more. So it seems like Cabba is all right, but not really much to write home about from what I heard.
I mean, as free to play friendly as it is now, I actually would say he's pretty good. Like, imagine a Legends Road unit comes out and he's as good as his Cabba. Like, that's a huge W, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like I've rarely seen this guy in PvP. Like, I play PvP a lot. I feel like I've only seen him a couple times, like a handful of times. And, I mean, right now, I don't know if he has the biggest effect on the meta, but like you guys said, maybe with the leader skill, or possibly they might be buffing, like, Rival Universe more in the future, and who knows, maybe some crazy hype units drop, and then all of a sudden this support that this Cabba offers, maybe it's more valuable then. But yeah, as of right now, I haven't really been seeing him too much. I feel like most people just know that they can get him for free, so I feel like a lot of people are just kind of slowly grinding him up.
Yeah, mine is Zenkai 4, because, yeah, I'm waiting. He's not in any of my main teams, so it's nice to have him, but I'm also not planning on making like a showcase on him right away. Kind of missed that boat anyways, so I don't need him like right now, and I can just, slowly grind him up.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, and with Cabba, we already talked about being able to also farm some Z power from his event. I actually have not even started that event. Jonikku, have you played that at all, and how is it?
I did actually. I didn't play it straight away because I was just seeing the other stuff in Legends, but then I did it pretty much all the other day. I mean, it's your standard story event where you can get 500 chrono crystals in missions, where you have to like get his friendship to 5, and you can get his Z power. It's good for people that are kind of new to Legends and wasn't really getting much Cabba, Z power, because they weren't really playing from when he came out. I just, like it's good for people that just want to Zenkai him, but honestly, the chrono crystals they always give for that story event is always nice. That's always my favorite part doing that event. But yeah, it's just good giving the Z power for the character as well when they get a Zenkai.
I think there was one. I think one of the equipments had health restoration on it, and honestly, I do like to see that because I know Cabba heals, obviously Vados heals, so both of those are Rival Universe units. So I think that equipment's
not
not
too
bad.
One, right?
Yeah,
there's one
I think there's a new
Saiyan.
equip for it's like health restoration for Rival Universe. Yeah, up to 15% health restoration.
Yet.
All right, let me just check that out real quick. We can pull that up on the screen.
Just having a look.
I'd say for God Key, though, there's already a lot of good health restoration equips already. But, I mean, I don't know. I'm a fan of health restoration, especially with units like Cabba and Vados.
Oh yeah, then there's base blast defense twice. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, honestly. Double blast defense. Some decently
Yeah.
high percentages, 18%, 15%. But
Well, no, overall it's an interesting event. It's pretty much just like your standard ones we get once in a while.
yeah, 100%.
And
But I do love the Chrono Crystals.
how many do we get, roughly? You know?
The missions 500, but then yeah, that's not including the first time rewards and the challenges.
Okay.
So
So maybe around like
That's pretty
600-700.
yeah, maybe around that. Yeah.
So would you guys say any of those equips are worth grinding for any unit? Like the two Cabba events that we get? I think one of them is from PvP, right? And the other one is from the event.
I actually might grind that health restoration one. I haven't started yet. The other one's kind of like, it's okay. I mean, 5 to 10% damage to Saiyan. That's not bad. There's a lot of Saiyans in the meta. But overall, I mean, 13% base strike attack, 15% blast attack. I'd say it's not like a crazy equipment, but if you get a good roll and you get a Z and it's, it's viable to put on a unit, then go for it. But I wouldn't say that's like some equip that you like have to go grind right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, fair.
But the
Especially,
health restoration one's not bad.
yeah, especially since if you're not facing a Saiyan, then third slot is just basically useless.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
then
that's
also
true,
double
actually.
blast defense, so you get 30% blast defense is kind of okay. But also health restoration on Rival Universe is crazy because, I mean, Vados,
Yeah.
And Cabba also heals too, as Swift mentioned. So
Yeah,
yeah,
he-
that's pretty
he
good.
heals himself
heals
by...
a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that must
double
be
blast
nice for him
defense
then.
is a very weird choice, honestly. Like, why double blast defense? Like, bro, that's me.
Yeah.
Is this the first equip that has like double blast defense on it? Like, I can't think of another equip that has.
It
I
might
was a
be.
bit
blast
thrown
That
off
is
by that
weird.
as well.
Wait, so where does Cabba heal? Does he only heal on main ability or does he have more heals in his kit?
Main ability. Yeah, it's 35%, and then I think it's additional to your
Yeah,
like
10.
allies or something. Like
10%.
Oh, dang.
10% everybody
35%
else.
healing is a lot. That's evolution blue
That
that uses
is a
main
lot.
ability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then imagine another 15% off those 35 on top. So
Good.
I don't know. You'll be like almost at 40%, I think.
Yikes.
But yeah, I mean, even if you're playing Rival Universe with Vados, that's definitely going to be very helpful equip to farm.
Oh, yeah. And even Topo, I think. Topo pops his main and heals allies. I mean,
Oh,
there's a
yeah.
lot of health restoration on that team when you really think
Yeah.
about it.
I was running
Internet,
Cabba
what
and
the
Tobo
fuck?
together, and both their main abilities heal so much that it's like you can afford to like take like 3 or 4 combos in the beginning of the fight, just pop your main abilities, and like you're good to go because
Oh,
you're gonna
dude,
be at
yeah.
back and forth.
I bet. And Topo reduces enemy ki
Alright.
and all that nonsense as well. That's probably a pretty good combo.
Yeah, Topo is actually still alright.
Dude, Topo is still,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely
Yeah.
still viable.
I mean, in the EU queue, you see that Topo 18 Vados team a lot. So
Oh, yeah.
not
Yeah,
not as much
that's a
anymore.
tough
Dude,
team, man.
Swift got beat by that team last
Yeah,
night.
I ran into that
That's
team.
kinda
I
funny.
ran into that team the other day, and I was like, dude, I can't believe. I remember commenting. I was like, I cannot believe how long this team has been viable. I remember it getting really popular, 4 or 5 months ago. I think it was about that long ago, and I'm still seeing people use that team.
Yep, some of them still do. I mean, 18 is still annoying. Topo still has endurance, and Vados still heals, I guess. So
Yeah,
you just throw some bench on there for like Rival Universe and girls, like the extreme characters, I believe, provide that, and you'll be
I
fine.
haven't really fought that team yet, to be honest.
Yeah, I remember that was when I was still playing Regen yellow, green, so I didn't have a problem with that color wise. But 18 doesn't care what color you are, anyways.
That is true. That
yeah.
is true.
Yeah. So speaking of events, ZVG, have you cleared that Jiren Tower event yet?
Nope, I have not. I'm at like what, floor 50, I think. But one thing I would say, the event is extremely boring. Like, okay, free CC, yay! But other than that, bro, the event itself is like, it's literally just like
You don't like clicking
Glorified.
continue?
Yeah,
Auto battle.
it's-
Auto battle.
I had no joke. I had to get an auto clicker to do that.
That's what I did. While I was working, I just auto clicked.
Let me ask you a question, ZVG. What do you enjoy more, that or Tournament of Power?
TOP for sure. TOP for
Yeah,
sure.
okay.
TOP
Oh, okay.
for sure. Because I actually have to, because my account is trash, so I have to actually like strategize in TOP. But
Okay.
dude, like the event is just tap, continue, and then I think the last 30 fights are like
Yeah.
actual fights.
Yes.
It
They're
is just
all the
3CC,
same.
Great, but it's literally just a glorified rising battle. Honestly, like
Or
it's
you.
just
It's kind of like
3CC,
UST Rush
it's
and
boring.
yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. But 3CC, I'll take it. Every 3 weeks it resets, I think. So that's all right, I guess. But the event itself is bad, but the rewards are good.
Oh, is that
In my
confirmed that it
opinion.
resets?
I mean,
I have no idea. I have no
Oh,
idea,
okay,
honestly.
okay.
I think they
I'd
did
imagine that
say-
it does.
yeah, I think they said something like they want to make a regular event which can where you can
Yeah,
grind
they did
CC.
That's
say that.
cool. I mean,
Especially-
it's boring, but it's free CC.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
especially
exactly.
since
Oh my
since
gosh.
they took the CC out of UST Rush. For me,
Yeah.
like in terms of how chory it feels, it's kind of up there with UST Rush, because it also takes about an hour and a half to clear it, even with the auto battle. However, I do like that. I mean, that was feedback from way back when we still had those rising battle events. It's like, let me just skip the first 40 fights. They're so easy. So they let you skip the first 70. And I mean, it's still 30 fights, which is a lot, but if you want CC, you also have to play the game at one point, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Because
Yeah,
yeah,
the Chrono Crystals, 700. Like I was blown away. I was like, damn, I'll do this even if it's boring. But yeah, I get what you mean though.
I mean,
not-
It's very
ahead.
tedious.
I was just gonna say, I'm not gonna lie. I've been kind of procrastinating it. I'm not looking forward to doing it, but before it goes away, I'll definitely do it for the CC. But yeah,
I'm in
I've
the
been
same
kind
boat. Yeah.
of yeah, I've been kind of
So
procrastinating.
has anyone else finished it here?
I have. It's funny as
me too.
I made a video on it and I wanted to say, okay, we're back with Battle 100, and then I realized I just cleared Battle 100 without
Oh,
commentating on it.
Oh,
But in
Dude,
terms,
the event is so boring. I had to stop the auto clicker to actually play the game, but like it was that boring. Like I was to watch my screen. I was like, okay, we're at 30, we're at 40. All right, I'm tired. Back to PvP. I'm tired of this, bro.
yeah, I would
I
have
just
clicked
cannot
until
watch.
70.
I just cannot watch that, but honestly, I just can't. But I'm gonna have to do it anyway. So
I mean, in the end, it's like Rush. And I have to say, I think the last of the Rush before that, I cleared it with 5 minutes left on the clock before the reset happened.
dang.
So cutting it a little bit short or close there. But I mean, it's the problem. I think is just that you can cheese the AI with float step. It takes a little bit longer, but you just easily beat it. It doesn't matter how bad your account is. You have those couple of units that can beat that event, unless you run out of time. So I think that's the problem.
See, with me, I had all of the. I mean, I had 17, Champa, and Vegeta, so it's easy for me. But for people that don't have like maybe 2 of those characters, especially not Vegeta, is like if they just had to use Champa, would it be okay for them? Like, I don't know.
Honestly, I don't know.
Would it be too hard or?
The thing is, I almost never switched out of the Evo Vegeta when I played this event. It's like,
Yeah,
Don't
no,
need
same.
to.
I was just using Vegeta, 17, and Champa, and I'm like, all right, I can do this because I have 3 of the main boost characters. But I didn't really try it with Rebrian or Rosie, so I don't know. I hope that the people that don't have like Vegeta can still do it with those boost characters. But yeah, I'm just not sure because I just used Vegeta.
How difficult is this event compared to like Challenge Rush?
easy.
Easy? Okay, never mind. I was gonna say,
Especially-
if it's the same difficulty, they might as well just do Challenge Rush instead.
Yeah, no, I think
miss Challenge Rush.
it's much easier also because Challenge Rush had some more stipulations like play with 2 blue units or do
Yeah.
this much
Oh, God.
much
Yeah,
Rising Rush damage
that
or
is
something. So
oh god.
it gives you more
Oh, man.
of a puzzle, whereas this one is just use those 3 yellow units against this purple unit and you're just gonna clubber him. So,
Okay.
Yeah, I do like how he stays purple the whole time. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Because I remember I played my first ever tower event. I played on My Hero Ultra Impact, and I was afraid that if I use a unit, I'm not going to be able to use it again on the next floor. And then I was afraid because I took mono yellow God Key, and I was afraid, okay, he's gonna change color, like he's gonna turn red after 10 battles. And I was like, please no. And I was quite relieved that he didn't.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Marco asked in the chat, when was the last time we had a challenge rush? It's been
2
quite
years?
some time, hasn't it?
I would say it's
2 years. Wow.
Probably 2 years.
Oh
Wow,
my
that's
God,
crazy.
man.
That's a guess.
Damn, that was a long time.
That's all I looked
Oh my
forward
God.
to in Legends back then. And now it's
The
gone,
nostalgia kicking in, boys. The nostalgia kicking in. It's been 2 years. Damn, bro.
Oh,
2 years.
man.
That's crazy.
They were fun. Like they released them all, and yeah, we'd all talk about it at the end. People, that
I'll be
was
like, how
nice.
can I beat this man account? I can't
Yeah.
beat it.
Yep.
Screw
So-
I had to
Bandai.
look up tutorials.
So I can
'cause was, like, level
see one.
2000.
I can see a challenge rush from 2019. I don't know if that was the last one. I'm just Googled the
Oh my
DBZ.space and
God.
Yeah, second year anniversary. I think we had one.
yeah. So
yeah,
a long time ago.
that must have been the last one. I think.
Yeah, I don't know why they canceled those.
I will say, I think overall, I probably prefer that type of event compared to because this type of event, this gauntlet, I would say it's similar to like I guess the 50 battle stages, but it's probably even worse. Like just like more boring, I guess. But at least with the challenge rushes, you're actually like kind of challenged.
Hence the name, I guess.
Yeah. No. Yeah, it's very slow, the Jiren event.
Yeah.
Free CC though.
Exactly. Can't have everything.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I
People
mean,
want content, and I guess you can call this content.
the last 30 battles they make you play the game, so it's kind of content, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Also,
Something other than PvP that people can play and grind.
yeah, and also you have to see that the update came with so much stuff, that the Jiren event is just a small
It
part
really
of it.
did.
Then,
Yeah.
you also have to do all the other things like the raid that we're going to talk about in a little bit. And you still want to play PvP. You want to play the Cabba event to get the chrono crystals there and all that stuff. So also just pace yourselves. You don't need to do what I did and just, clear the whole Jiren thing in one sitting and waste like 90 energy out of your tank because it costs 100 energy if you clear all 100 floors. But just do it, like, okay, I have 10 energy. Let's just click continue 10 times. And then you don't need to use energy from your tank. But yeah, other
Unless
than
you wanna
that,
auto click.
I think there's not that much left to say about this event. But one thing that has occurred to some of us, and I remember Battler Moore sitting in his stream, all of a sudden he was fighting Tom, who was playing in the North American server, is that it seems that they opened up the PvP queues between regions. And Goresh, do you have any insight on what the criterion is now for being matched with each other?
Yeah, so let me just explain how the old system works, and then we'll sort of that'll make it a lot easier to understand how the new one works. So the way the old system works was when you created your account was sort of locked to a region. So if I'm in North America, if I'm in the US and I create my account, I will pretty much always be fighting other people who also created their account in that same region as me. So I had instances because when I went to Japan, this was a few years ago, and I was queuing up in Legends, like I would queue up in Japan, but I would still be locked to the NA region, and I would only be fighting people in like the US. So I would be having terrible, terrible matches the whole time because my account was locked to the US. The way the system works now is I'm pretty sure it's higher priority to fight people that are just having a better connection with you. So if I'm in that same scenario, I'm in Japan, but my account was created in the US, I'm much more likely to queue up with people that are in Japan because the connection between us would be way better. So overall, this is a much better change for the game because, again, if you're somebody who moves countries, like let's say you're living in the US and you move to, you move to London or something, like you don't want to fight people who are in the US when you're in London. You want to fight people who are in the EU because it's much closer to you in proximity, which is going to mean that the game is much less laggy. So I think this change is definitely way better for the game.
Let's face it, Toshi did that just for you because you're moving to Japan, right?
Yeah, I mean, they knew this was an issue for a long time, and just having a system where it literally punishes you for moving is so stupid.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
It should have been like this, honestly, a long time ago when you think about it, because I think connection is all. Because think about it, you could be matching somebody that lives down the street from you, but for whatever reason they just have crappy internet, or you could be matching somebody that's across the world, but maybe they have fiber internet and it's just way better internet, and the connection is overall better. Like it makes sense to pick the match that has just a better connection. So.
Yep, I agree. And I think it's also cool that you can now, because I remember it was like that, right? I mean, I remember I was obliterated by Bebop in the sidestep meta. So you were able to queue up with people from other regions before, and then I guess they locked it, and now they unlocked it again. So.
Oh, wow.
I guess they came around. Because, yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I think.
Go ahead.
I think the way it worked. I think the way it worked before was you could still technically match up against people from other regions. It was just super rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Makes
don't know.
sense.
I never seem to have matched up against anyone, so I guess it must be like super, super rare. Or would you say
'Cause I used to
legendary rare?
I used to play Tom a decent amount. Because once you get into those higher ranks, like the pool of players that you can fight are so little that I guess it checks your region, and then if there's like no one there, then it expands to other regions that are close to you.
Tom
or something.
actually plays in North America. Like his account was.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, his
Okay.
account was created there. And he was always, that's why I guess he was also streaming always like super late for us here, like, well, super late, like 10, 11 onwards.
Yep.
Just to actually get people, and not stream at a time where there's like 5 people playing the game.
And to be honest, that's actually like a perfect example of why it should be the way it is now. Because like when I think about when I match with Tom, it's a buttery smooth connection, even though he lives halfway across the world. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's definitely capable and possible to have better connections with people, like no matter where they are. So
Yeah.
I definitely think this is
that's
better
true.
for the long run for matchmaking.
Yeah, the searching is so much better now. Like, yeah, I'm just really glad they did it.
Did you face JP players a bunch, or is the Australian
Me?
region
Yes, I
somewhere else?
did. Yep, so much. I don't know if much people play in Australia, to be honest. But me,
No.
like, especially near the end of the PvP season, I would run into, a lot of JP players.
Yeah, because they just classify Australia as like JP because there's only 3 regions: NA, EU, and JP. So wherever Australia is, it's probably in the JP
it's like
region.
Asia,
honestly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because like people
Yeah.
like Ren and RMT and all those people from like Pakistan, India, I think they're also always like, I'm free to play and I'm facing
Yeah.
those JP whales. I have such a hard life.
Yeah, it's all I run into. Like before, I say, all right, it's the day before PvP ends. I want to just get my rank up, and I run into like these 14-star Zenkai buff Sun families, and it's like, oh boy, here we go again.
So much fun.
So it's pretty hard for me to get a higher rank. I mean, like I try, but it's just I run into them a lot now. But with this PvP season, I've been running into people, and the connection's been great, and I haven't really had any laggy matches yet. And yeah, I was like, wow, this is awesome.
I will say, if you're
Like-
on the JP side, you're almost better off grinding early season, because for me at least, it seems like the JP guys just come alive like the last like
2 days.
They
2-3
do.
days
Yeah.
of the season. They
That's
pop
when
up
I
out
come
of
alive,
nowhere.
and then I go, wait, you idiot, you forgot how all the whales, the JP whales come, and oh god.
Yeah, it's the same in TOP. There's like always this 4 guys playing like a day or 2 delayed, making the same moves and then just popping up at the top of the leaderboard, and you're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
hello.
No, but what I'm like, I like, sorry to just talk about it a bit more. Just with the PvP, yeah, like I've told you guys about this because I wanted to see if there was anything you could do to fix it, because I have my cousin who plays Legends as well, and he always got annoyed because he always had to fight bots rank 35 to 50, and then after 50 he could barely find anyone. Like, I don't know if it was because he installed the game in another country or I don't know, but but now like he can find people like no problems now. So yeah, I'm just really glad they fixed it, because he really wanted to play PvP and he had all these characters, but he couldn't go enjoy the game much because he couldn't PvP.
Yeah.
But
that might be
now
related to
he's-
the equipment issue that we had that they fixed a little bit ago. I
think
remember
he's
Zilch
tried
had
that,
that
Yeah,
massive
I don't
problem.
know.
I think Zilch could not even take a Zenkai, right? At one point.
It was something weird, yeah.
But I felt bad for him because I was like, oh, like, because when we would play, like, he didn't really get to practice much against people, but now he gets to. So yeah, I'm glad
Yep.
for him.
Yeah, I think that's a great change.
Oh yeah, I love it.
overall. And yeah, speaking of a great change, let's talk about that raid real quick because the way they revamped it is fantastic. I mean, first and foremost, for people like, let's say, Noctis, for example, is very notorious for hoarding CC. He could never, ever get the raid CC. And now with the battle point structure or combat point structure, you actually get the CC rewards based on how much you play and not from the shop. So you can actually get your CC rewards. Plus, we get the damage rewards. I believe what Goresh was advocating for, like, for the last, what feels like 7 years. Remove the health bar and, you know, give us rewards by damage done. And that's pretty much what we have right now. I think it's amazing. I think it's cool that the raid is there for a whole week. And I'm just super happy with the raid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the more underrated changes of the raid is just simply it lasting longer. It lasts for the whole week, right? And like for example, that Broly raid that we had, I think this was 2 weeks ago, where the raid that dropped the Z power for the free Broly, that only lasted over the weekend.
Yeah, 3 days.
So for example, me, who wasn't around for the weekend, I couldn't do it. So I didn't get any extra Z power for my free Broly. So I just completely missed out on that. And so the fact that they made this a week long makes it way better for people who just, you know, are busy for a few days, they can't play. Maybe during the week when they're more free, they can jump in for a few fights and get those missions, or not missions done, but like get the rewards done. So
Yeah, absolutely. I remember some of even the first raids, they only lasted like not even a day. So I feel like this system is much
that is
better.
true.
Yeah. The one
And I
still
like
number
the way you get the
17.
CC. I like the way you get the CC, like just like right there in the raid, and then you can save your coins for like as soon as you're done getting the CC, you can just go into the exchange shop and just get a bunch of erasers or whatever else you need, Zenkai souls and all that stuff.
Extreme multi Z power, Gokua.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep, exactly.
Or
It's
Jiren.
way nice. It's yeah,
Ah,
definitely.
Jiren,
Oh, I didn't
baby.
get Jiren.
I'm feeding my Jiren right now. He's on his way to 4
Me
stars.
too. Because I don't
I didn't
go-
get him,
Goku, so-
unfortunately.
And it's also always so cool. Just, you know, you log into the game, all of a sudden you see this pop up, raid damage rewards. Boom, there's some more battle coins. Let's
Yeah,
go.
I was about to mention that. I love it. You just get randomly chrono crystals and medals, and you get to like 100 medals quickly. And you're like, oh, wow.
Yeah. So the one thing that is slightly different is you have to play a bit more to get your chronos.
Yep, that's right.
So I'm assuming an average of like 160 combat points because the maximum combat points you can get is 180, right? You increase Link 3 times. You use a bonus character for 50. You break the shield and you double rush. And, you know, the other 20 would be for landing the dual impact, which is very rare. And also it breaks the shield much quicker. Usually when you use bonus characters, it breaks the shield immediately. So I'd rather go like dodge the initial attack, click 3 cards, let your buddy click 3 cards, so you both get the 30 combat points, and then just, you know, double rush and you're done. And you would need 45 battles to get the 7,200 combat points, which is the last 100 chronos. But you pick up so much along the way. Plus, you still get, you know, eraser drops from the stage. You get some multi-Z power drops, platinum coins, and all that stuff. So overall, I have to say, like, super good.
yeah, plus the fact that they made those co-op changes, that also affects the raid too. Like it makes it way easier. You do more damage when you have a dual Rising Rush, and you do more damage when you both click the same card in the Rising Rush. So even if you don't have like, you know, the new shiny evolution blue Vegeta, you can both come in with like one of the other you know, units that isn't like the main unit.
Just Champa or UI
Like one of the-
Goku.
Yeah, like if you have Champa, you could come in with Champa and you could probably just kill him with one rush if you're using the same rush as your buddy. So it's pretty easy now.
The thing is, what I would recommend though is don't click the same card because the rush kills anyways.
Yeah.
So just, you know, if you initiate the rush, click the blue card. If you join the rush, don't click the blue card. This way, you know, because there's usually like a 40% chance of getting guessed. It's same for co-op, and that's really annoying. It's also, I don't know if that counts as landing the dual Rising Rush, because in PvE you need to actually not get guessed in order to get that land the Rising Rush challenge, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, you know,
Do you? Hold on.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Pons, but I just want to ask: do you get a bot now, like when someone DCs? Is that like a
Yes.
Yes.
You
in
do.
co-op
Yep.
for sure.
Oh,
I don't know.
that's
Is
true.
it the same in raid?
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
That's pretty awesome.
Damn it!
Which
I
is
just
huge.
awesome.
I DC'd on all those LF people, like people who rising rush the shield for no reason. Then
Yeah.
Oh my god.
because they're
It's super nice
So-
because DCs happen like way more than they should. So it's definitely nice.
Yeah, and I think because they mentioned this in one of the updates, the update like letter, dev letter, whatever they call it, that they're planning on implementing that rematch button.
yeah.
So once they have both the rematch button and the bot that takes over when your buddy DCs, like then the co-op mode is going to be in a really nice position to where all they have to do is make the mode fun and we're good.
Yeah.
That's the
That's
easiest
the hard
part, yeah.
though. That's the hard part. That's the hard part
Yeah.
right there. That's the
Well,
hard part to me.
the way I'm thinking about it is up until like they do the rematch button, view the mode as being in beta or something because
Yeah.
there's so many problems with the mode that like after they make those necessary changes, which we've been asking for such a long time, then they can focus on improving the actual gameplay elements of it. I think.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that, especially for the raid, it takes longer to actually send the invite to your buddy, queue up, load into the game than it takes to
does.
take down
That's
the
why
character.
All I wait for is the rematch button. That's all I want.
Yeah.
I thought it would come in this update, and I was like,
Yeah,
"Alright,
I
I'm
was hoping
excited,"
for it
but
too.
it wasn't, and I'm like, damn.
Especially for raid. I feel
Yeah.
like I'd want it. I mean,
Yeah.
I would love it on co-op as well, but I think on raid it would be really valued.
Yeah. The only
That's all I
thing
wait
you can
for.
do is what Ren just said is you could stream it on Discord if you play with one person and then they just scan the code. I think that would be
Yeah.
the only way to make it faster, other than rematch. But overall, this raid has been such a huge, like a massive step up from the previous raids, in my opinion. I
Yeah,
mean,
like you don't have to worry about doing it quickly now. Like me, it does take a bit longer to get the crystals, but I don't have to worry because
You have
it pretty much
longer.
last a week.
yeah.
Yeah, and also it's good for people that just have over 20,000 chrono crystals, so they can just finally do it and get some crystals. So yeah, it's a really good raid.
I mean, it takes 45 battles, so if you have 7 days, that's like what, 6-7 freaking battles a day. That's not much. It's like 10-15 minutes a day you just spend on the raid, you get all your chronos.
Yeah, I need to just one day just do it all. I almost finished it though.
Yeah, I already did it too. But I also keep grinding because I want those drops. Like I keep getting erasers. I want to get Hoi Poi coins, which we're gonna
Oh,
get
the
into
Hoi
in a
Poi
little bit as
coins.
well. I want to get platinum coins, extreme multi Z power, all that stuff. But yeah, speaking of Hoi Poi coins, how do you like the update with the step up format, Jonikku?
It was very interesting. I'm like, how does this work? Because I had to just look and see. But I think it's pretty good the way they've done it. You pretty much have to just do it 100 times, and you'll eventually get that one item you need from the step, right?
Yes.
Pretty sure that's the case. But it's I like the way they've done it, and the rewards are amazing. They give us 200 multi Z power for Legends Limited characters and 500 chrono crystals as well. That made me happy. But just the Z power alone, like giving 2 is nice, especially for people that get a new LF and they only have them like 2 stars. You can just use this 100 Z power to make them 3 stars. So yeah, overall, I think the rewards you get from this Hoi Poi are just amazing, and the stuff you get on the side besides the main rewards can be really good too, like slot removers and platinum coins. So yeah, it's an event that I just wanted to stay forever. It's amazing, and yeah, like I'm grateful that they gave chrono crystals and Legends Limited multi Z power. That was awesome.
Yeah. The one thing, so I asked that on Twitter and somebody confirmed that once you're done with all 7 steps, you basically keep coming back to step 7. And the one thing that I would have liked is if there were a few more slot removers in those 100, because you only get 2. And I think the drop rate for removers was 3% before that, which doesn't sound like a lot, but sometimes you would get like a Hoi Poi multi with 2 or 3. So that's a personal preference. I would like more removers in there. But other than
Did
that,
they make it less now?
I think, yeah. So I'm having the step information open right now. And on step 7, you get 2 slot removers in 100 Hoi Pois. And the rates before were, I believe, 3%. It's not a huge, I mean, relatively it's 50%, but absolute, it's not that much. It would be 1 more remover and 100 coins. But I would have liked it if after you've done all the steps, you just go back to kind of the old system. It's like a reward that you grinded out so much that you can go back to the way it was before, and then you just get more erasers. That's my one-track mind Hoi Poi thing.
Right. So maybe better main rewards, but the other rewards, like, there's not much of them, like slot removers. Yeah, right.
I will say what I hope to see is I want to see them continuously return like maybe the same exact Hoi Poi event, the same Hoi Poi step up for like every single raid. And that way, like over time, like if it's 200 Z power every single time, like they do this Hoi Poi step up, you know, that'll add up pretty quickly if they do a raid. Even if they only do a raid like once a month, I mean, that'll still add up like, you know, after 2-3 months, you have basically a free LF copy. I think that'd be really cool. I agree with Palm. Some more slot removers would be nice. It seems like they kind of overall nerfed the amount of slot removers that you can get, but then they throw in, you know, the CC and the LFZ power in there as well. So I don't know. I think it's a decent step up, but like I said, I do notice that you're getting overall less slot removers, but other than that, it's good.
This Hoi Poi step ups mechanic or system or whatever actually was directly copy and pasted from Pokemon Masters, just so you guys know.
Oh, really?
You
Yeah,
know what? I was thinking that actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's literally the exact same system. Nothing is different.
Interesting.
And also before you guys get it like the wrong idea, I do want to add that this is like whining or complaining on a very, very high level. Like in total, I really, really love the Hoi Poi system. I just need slot removers. That's all.
Yeah, for sure.
I think what they should do is that like have the Hoi Poi like be there forever. Like don't take it away, and then make the step up come back when we have a raid or something like that. I think that'd be pretty good.
Yeah,
personally.
dude, I still want to see Hoi Poi rewards in PvP. Like,
Ooh,
that'd be awesome.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Get like 1 coin for
That'd
a
be
loss.
immaculate.
Immaculate, of course. You would get like 1 coin for a loss and 3 coins for a win or something. Or 2 and 5.
Dude, yeah, I would love
200
that.
coins for a win, bro. 200 coins for a win.
Yeah, sure.
What?
Dream VG. That's why you're.
I like to play 5 matches and have 1 key Hoi Poi. But obviously that's dreaming right there.
Yeah,
Dude,
nice try.
just imagine if that actually came out. That would be like for someone like Swift, infinite resources, but like you would not have any resources ever if that was the case. But yeah.
Yeah, and also RMT in chat just said drops from the runs are more exciting than ever because of the limited amount you get via the summon. So if you get like and I've noticed that now that you say it, in hindsight, I noticed that myself when I played it. I was like, yes, another slot remover. I feel like I'm even a little bit more, ecstatic or like a little bit happier about it than I was before.
Yeah, that's a good point, especially with the slot remover, the CC, and the multi-Z power, because you know you're going to get it. You just don't know when. So, like, when you do that multi and you see that gold Hoi Poi, you're like, oh, yeah, here we go. Like,
That's
I
cool.
love the gold one. It was a nice touch. I was like, that's nice.
Someone in chat said, is it realistic to have Hoi Poi coins in PvP as a reward without touching the existing ones? I mean, they gave Broly Z power as a reward, so just change the code from the Broly Z power to the Hoi Poi and boom, magic.
I'll be honest,
Yeah.
I can't see like this same exact step up if they did PvP Hoi Poi. It would probably be like a different system, but
Maybe they would be like bronze Hoi Poi or something. So that,
or something, because I can't see them being that generous.
But overall, still a good thing. And yeah, one more thing that was updated is somebody in chat said talk about TOP because nobody else does. And actually, there was one update to the Tournament of Power, because now for the first time ever, anything past friendship level 1 means something, because per friendship rank you get 0.5% to all of your TOP stats, and this is
Really?
Yeah, this is it's capped at battle rank or friendship rank 10, so you get up to 5% TOP stats increase if you get your units to TOP friendship rank 10. And this is especially important for units that have low key restore speed, because that's how it's determined which unit attacks first. And there are those pesky units like the best unit in the game, Blue Bootangs, which shoots the special in the first turn and has relatively high key restore. But if you have like if you're green or any other unit that can one-shot him, basically gets higher key restore speed now, you're good. Now you're able to actually kill that Bootangs first.
He's also a monster in PvP. If you didn't know.
It's like it's close second to Baby Vegeta, right?
yeah, them two are a menace together.
Menace to societies.
Almost as good as PyCon.
Yeah, what were they thinking putting them on the same team? Like that region thing. But yeah, in the
Yeah, I think you said it was up to Friendship 5.
10.
Is that how
10.
Is that how it goes?
Friendship 10.
10.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get 5% total stats. There seems to be a little bug in TOP though. Like some people on my Discord have been complaining about their units not healing, which is weird. Has any of you noticed that?
Oh, what?
No, I don't think so.
'Cause, yeah, I know.
That's not good though.
Yeah,
No, I haven't noticed.
and they actually replayed the battle. There was no debuffs, no nothing, because sometimes you get like this health restoration debuff where you're like, oh, okay, that's why the unit didn't heal. Like in PvP when Super Saiyan 3 Purple uses his ult. But yeah. So yeah, we hope
Yeah,
that
that's
gets
weird.
fixed.
Maybe try resyncing game data or clearing cache, something like that. I don't know. That's
That's
weird.
really unfortunate.
Yeah, but it sounds more like it could be a bug.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely possible.
But other than that, I'm just happy that I already started grinding most of my main units through friendship rank 5. And yeah, especially someone like, so for example, Yellow Android 18, she has really low key restore speed, but she has super high strike damage. And now you can get more strike damage, but you can actually make her attack earlier, which is cool.
Yeah, that is cool. I'm glad they soft capped it at, or I guess it's a hard. I'm glad they capped it at 10 though, because I know some people have like, they've been doing friendship on like the same unit,
Yeah.
and they'll have them like friendship like 100 or something,
Dude,
and
there
then
was-
like those people would just dominate the leaderboards.
Bro, there was a guy on Reddit who had a friendship level 250 Bardock.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he must be. Go ahead.
My LF Purple Frieza is like 120 or something.
Oh my
Dang.
And he's actually a good unit in TOP too. Strike covers the whole
Oh,
board,
wow.
supports everybody. Really nice. 120.
Somebody in chat says it's over 500 now for that Bardock, I guess.
541. Holy
Oh,
crap.
Wow.
That,
He's probably been doing that every single day, like since I guess friendship was a thing and it was possible.
I think if there was a
Check
title,
my highest friendship.
if there was a title, he would have earned the Bardock's BFF title by now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Vegeta Blue 16. Oh. That's
Yeah, I don't even know if I have one higher than 6 or 7. But yeah, Swift, since you play a lot of PvP, we got a new battle system update. In your opinion or in your experience, what really changed?
Okay, so we got the PV animation. I mean, to be honest, I feel like this is really a change that is going to help probably like the newer players that aren't like too used to Perfect Vanish. Because I'd say most of the vets, you normally can tell when you get a PV. So that is a good change though, especially like I said, for new players coming into the game. I think something like that is going to help them extremely, and really help them being able to know when they have a PV, know when they don't have a PV. So that's a good thing. And then the holding card tech, I don't really see a big difference with that. I'm sure there are people that did abuse it. But I'd say for the most part, most people, especially in higher rank PvP, just charge step normally anyways. So that's not too big of a deal. And then obviously we have the region change, which I think overall in my experience lately, I've been having less laggy matches. I'm still getting kind of DCs every once in a while and the occasional laggy match. But I would say overall, like generally, I've had less laggy matches. So that's definitely a positive. But yeah, other than that, like I said, the PV animation, I think that's kind of just something it's going to help newer players. And I think that's about it.
I mean, Goresh, you used that tech, right? Where you hold the card for half a second or so. How do you feel about that change?
Yeah, it's mostly done for Vanish and key restoration. Because you can actually get more key back than if you just sidestep normally off of a strike card. I feel like the change is fine. I don't have an issue with it. Because I made a video talking about how much I hated this battle system change. The reason why I hate the change is because there's nothing in here. Like it's so barren, and like they added a whoosh animation to your PV. And that's a new battle system. Like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of want to make that point too. It's like it's not a battle change at all. It's just like I don't even know what to call it. But nothing changed about the core battle system of PvP at all. I think that's a very big issue. It's
Yeah.
been way too long since we had like a new, fresh battle system, a new mechanic into the game. Things change and all that. It's been a very long time. So this battle system is just, as Goresh said, a whoosh animation, and that's it.
So something that me and a lot of other content creators have been telling them to do for a long time is we've been harping on telling them to make changes to discourage extreme passive playstyles.
Please.
It's very difficult for them to make changes to discourage that because they don't want to make these like big sweeping changes like adding tackles, because like if you take a look at the player base as a whole, a lot of the newer players and lesser experienced players don't know how to utilize tackles well. And so I think the battle system right now is in a place where there's enough complex play styles that are available to you to use, but there are very few amount of changes they can make to actually like get that goal across. And I think one of the things I've been thinking of recently for them to do, there's two things. Number one, some kind of like penalty for doing nothing for an extended period of time, I think is a viable solution to that. So if you're sitting in the back and like literally you haven't clicked a single button for like 5 or 10 counts, like start losing key or something. Like that's a incentive for you to
Start
doing
losing
something.
200k health per tick. Thank you.
No, but
So that's number one. Number two, I actually just thought of this recently. They need to strengthen tap blast somehow, because with this PV change, people are going to be more incentivized to go for PVs, especially now in the lower ranks where people know what that is. People are just going to try and fish for those the whole match. And the most effective tool against people who are trying to do that is tap blasts. But a lot of the times when I'm going for tap blast, the animation is so long that if I click the tap blast and the enemy sees that I'm doing that, they can counter with a blast, or maybe it's just bad timing and they go for a blast at the same time as I go for a tap blast. And it's just like, okay, why would I go for a tap blast when it's so easily countered like that?
Yes.
So one of the other changes they can make is just make the tap blast animation way faster.
Yes.
So that you can try and actually bait out those PVs to make it more interesting and not just sit there forever.
faster
right?
paced, yeah.
So I think that's not a massive change, but it would be effective in dealing with a lot of the people that play passively.
I like how
Dude,
someone in
yeah. I think
the
someone in
big
chat just
issue
said
with,
team paralysis for 5 count inactivity. I like that.
But yeah, I think the big issue with this game is the fact that it rewards passive play a lot. Because PV is the strongest offensive mechanic in the game. It's literally a free combo, a free rush, a free anything that you want to do once you get that PV. So I feel like the game itself strengthens passive play, because when you're passive, you can beat out the PVs way easier. You know, and you don't really have to engage, especially with Saiyans, right? So I just hope that they have some penalty against the passive play, because the passive play is extremely annoying, especially in the top ranks. Like, it is just contagious out there, but all the back floating, especially with Saiyans, man. Saiyans
Yeah,
just
Saiyans.
Saiyans,
drive me up the wall, bro. So it's like
Super Saiyan 3 and Nameku passive Andes. Yeah.
I think
Oh
I think
my
one
God.
more change that they should do is honestly like, you don't get your rush until either 40 counts pass or you lose a unit. Once either of those two things don't happen, you should not be able to get your first rush. It is just completely stupid how a combat mechanic like the Rising Rush is not a combat mechanic, but a mechanic to be abused by the player base. I'm pretty sure they have to notice that people are just abusing the Rising Rush and they're not, using it how they want it to be used as a combat mechanic per se. I feel like that would also be a great change. But I don't know about the tap blast change. I'd have to think about it some more. But the penalty for passive play, Rising Rush change, and I don't know, some other frame data or whatever. I don't know, but something just needs to be changed. A new mechanic would be nice. I don't know, like a block or something to like help with the passive play style or whatever.
I think
know.
both
One
of
thing
those ideas were very good. My bad. Go ahead, Goresh.
No, I was just going to say one thing I wanted to make clear is I don't blame people for playing passively. It's not the player's fault. It's the dev's fault for making that the most effective way to play the game. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with Saiyans, where like if you have a green card with Super Saiyan 3, you can just chill and wait, or Namegoku with the blue card. I mean, that team is basically designed around being passive.
Yeah.
But yeah, ZVG, I think that was a good idea. If there was a timed, like something where you can't rush until a certain time, that would also make, double rushing a lot less frequent, because you're getting time gated on that first rush anyways. So I think that would be a good idea. And I actually like the short tap blast animation idea as well.
Double rush shouldn't even exist, honestly.
Yeah, it should just be a
shouldn't exist.
one-time
It should be a
thing,
one-time
but,
thing.
yeah.
And if you miss it, that's your fault.
Tough luck
That's your
there.
fault. You know. So, and also, if it's a one-time if it's a one-time thing, remove the guessing.
Yeah,
Because that
guaranteed
just makes it
damage.
even worse. Even worse if you get guessed and you only have one, you know? Make it be like guaranteed damage. And also, the Resident Rush is too powerful. Honestly, there should be no reason why I, as a player who has type advantage against the opponent that's doing the rush, I'm still gonna die from the rush. Like, what's the point of having type advantage if I'm gonna die still? You know, like the rush itself is just too powerful. Honestly, it should be like some fixed amount of damage or something. Honestly. in my
Yeah, I mean,
opinion.
I don't disagree with you there.
Yeah, the guessing is annoying, especially if you use Vegito Blue and you have all these strike cards, and they just go, "Yep, you're just gonna have strike."
Yeah, I mean it feels dirty as
fine.
well. Like I don't feel super happy when I guess the opponent's rush. It's more like, oh, that's unfortunate. But it's
Yeah.
even worse when they guess your rush, but they use two.
Yeah.
Where I had a hybrid player who guessed my rush. I played the Apul Force and they rushed me 3 times. They had to rush me 3 times to win.
Oh my god, man!
I mean, I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah.
So much fun. But yeah, we have one more. So we have like a ton of other updates, visual things, menu changes, UI, the game loading a little bit faster. Swift, do you think you explored all of them already, or you're still finding new stuff along the way?
I overall this entire update has been really, really good. My only gripe is kind of with the auto equipment reroll system. I think for something that they're trying to optimize and make faster, it almost feels slower. I mean, I haven't really
is.
actually timed it, but it does feel like it's a slower process. I do think they have the right idea in mind. It needs to be like where you can auto roll until it's a gold or a red slot. The only thing that I have noticed that will benefit people that grind equipment a lot, and I noticed this last night. If you have an equipment that's like right on the edge of being Z, like let's say it's a really high percentage S, then the auto equipment reroll system does work, because you're in a situation where you can just keep going until it stops, and when it stops, it'll most likely be a Z. But if you're starting from like a low percentage and you do the auto roll, it stops every single time it's like 2% higher. So they need to either make an option where it can automatically just go until a gold or a red slot, or I mean something like that,
No, I
because
think-
that's really the only thing I noticed. Go ahead.
I think you should be able to set the threshold. Like if the equip goes
100%.
to 15% and you want that 15%, set it to 15%. Waste all your erasers. If you want 13.5 because that's when it goes to a Z, then set it to 13.5, right?
Yeah, that's the easiest change that they could make. Just add a threshold or let it be a gold or red slot, as I said. That's just that is.
Because you know, if you,
It's
I mean,
fine.
they could just
Oh,
put
no,
in like a
yeah.
slider, just the same for how many skip tickets you want to use. It's the same thing.
Yeah, 100%. I definitely agree.
Yeah, I
I've
was
completely
just using
stopped.
it.
I've completely stopped upgrading equipment. This is the worst change I've ever seen by far.
Oh, yep.
I don't think I've ever seen a dumber change than this in any video game in history. Like,
Zenkai is
dude,
14 stars.
Wow.
Dude, I used to re-roll equipment every single day, and it took like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. It legitimately takes me 4 times as long to do it now.
Damn.
Because you have to go through one by one. You can't mass remove and then upgrade all at once. You have to do each equipment. You have to re-roll each eququipment.
Yeah,
I did
that
it the
too.
first day it came out. And I was sitting there and like I was like legitimately dumbfounded at how untested this was. The fact that I have to do that for every single piece of equipment, and I'm re-rolling, I don't know, 20 to 30 equipments a day. I'm not doing that. I don't care how
Yeah.
I don't care how much of a benefit it can get me. I'm not sitting there for that long. No.
Yeah.
Dude, when Goresh stops re-rolling equipment, you know something's wrong.
That is true. Let's have a look. What else do we have? So we and what I have noticed is that the screen time, like the loading times between screens, I think sped up a little bit. I think that they were working on that too. What else do we have? The menu changes. I still keep clicking on co-op instead of events because it's the same position, just
Yep.
higher.
I think I
Yeah.
click training instead of adventure now.
I always click on the wrong thing. But overall,
me
I
too.
like it. It's just that they didn't have enough space, but somehow they could have made it cohesive like across the board, because you still have those gray buttons at the top. I can see how you want to differentiate them maybe, but I don't know. It just now it looks a little out of place, but that's just personal preference, I guess. But
Yeah, I don't think. I think in total, like it's to summarize the update. The update was very good for the game. Everything is really, really nice. The only thing I don't like is the equipment system. But the equipment changes are like legitimately the worst ever. So
would you say it nullifies?
One thing that's like a kind of like
Go ahead.
a pet peeve is the fact that the gift box thing isn't in the
oh
menu
yeah, they
anymore.
moved that to the homepage only, right? You can't access it from the menu.
That is a pet peeve that I
And
have,
also,
honestly.
you have to go to the
That's it.
items page to see how many zenny you have, or how much zenny.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like normally it was when you clicked on menu, normally it was on the top, right? Now you have to go to item, or you have to go to a screen where you actually have to use them, like equips or whatever. So yeah, that's the one other thing they moved as well.
Oh wow.
I do like that you can now, if you decide to play the story for like, I don't know, 20 stages, that you can now collect all the missions at once. I actually haven't tested that, but it's supposed to work, I guess. I mean, that's what they put in the update, right?
Yeah, I did, because for the soul boost, I got like 1.8 KCC from that, like just from all the soul boosts.
Oh
It's
wow.
like I just collected all, and I still have like 53 rows of units left to soul boost. So yeah, I gotta get working on that.
Yeah, I did most of my characters when I was desperate for like new Vegeta and Gogeta units back then.
Damn, this man said desperate, bro.
Yeah.
You know it's bad when you got a soul boost for CC.
I
bro.
still, yeah,
You know it's
and
bad.
the
It's
little drips of CC in the story mode challenges as well. That with the soul boosting just to try and get them.
I mean, I still have like a whole bunch of heroes, but then also some Zenkais. Like I never soul boosted Zenkai Scouter Vegeta, for example, because
besides
like
Zenkais,
why?
Yeah, I only have a few Zenkais soul boosted all the way.
Yeah, like a couple extremes are missing. But other than that, also I like the auto adventure, but it's not consistent. Like sometimes I have like 2 7-hour adventures and a bunch of 1-hour adventures in my box. It'll pop 2 7 hours and one, like the rest 1-hour adventures. Sometimes it'll put all
Yeah, I had a
1-hour
bunch of
adventures.
7 hours,
I don't know.
and it would do the 3 hours, and it was so annoying. It's like I want to do the 7.
Yeah, for me, I don't understand the criteria about like that it changes them or that it chooses the adventures on. I don't know. Sometimes it chooses.
Yeah,
It's literally.
very
It seems
strange.
arbitrary right now. Expiration date Noctis? Okay. Based on expiration date. So that's why sometimes I just delete the 7-hour adventures from my job list just so I can use the rest. But then again, you do that once a day and then you just click reattempt anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess, did we miss anything from the update side on your part?
I don't think so. I think we basically covered everything.
They added ultra filter
That's
to
true.
your box.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's
Actually, they reworked the filters quite a bit too, right? It's not just that,
Yeah,
but you can now also
Yeah,
select
they-
multiple tags. Because, for example, right, the equipment for Cabba is like Rival Universe and Saiyan. So if I wanted that, I could just select 2 and then filter just for that. And then you can choose.
The only other thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Like
sorry.
you can choose if
No,
you
you go
want to see all characters that have either tag, or that if you want to have characters that only have both tags, which is pretty cool, because if you want to set up a team like this, I was missing that. I think you could do that on Dokkan, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, that was one.
I was gonna say the only other thing that comes to mind is this is not technically part of the update, but it's a bug, I think. I saw people talking about this over on Twitter. There's an equipment called U Failure. Apparently, the last slot strike attack doesn't work.
yeah. I
My
heard the same
poor
thing.
Bojack.
Yeah.
So-
It's confirmed.
Which is sad because I've literally been using that equipment for months.
Me too.
That's a strike attack roll.
Same.
God.
It's not working. It's not working if it's a strike
That's
attack roll. So.
horrible.
Yeah, and
But the strike
the
defense
weird.
roll works.
Yeah, I was gonna say the weird part about that is the strike defense of the same slot works, but the strike attack does not work. Which to me, actually, the issue that I see with that is now we like, what do we have to do? Go and retest all the equipment in the game to make sure that there's not other equipment that also don't work.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely gonna bring that up to them because they got to test their equipment.
Oh, one more thing that Ralphie
Yeah, 'cause
just
we should not be the ones who
Yeah.
should be testing the
That's
equipment,
true.
bro. Like I shouldn't have to be like,
in German we
you
say
shouldn't have to worry if an equipment works or not.
in German we say it's a banana product if it ripens at the customer. But yeah, one more thing that Ralphie just mentioned in the chat is the vibrate on matchmaking,
Oh, yeah.
which is actually really nice because so many times, especially on raid or co-op, I see people sit there, the clock runs down, and then they still just sit there because they didn't notice that they're actually
I
in a
know.
match. Like sometimes you just click on the search button and you do something else while and then you get absorbed in some rabbit hole and you don't notice that you actually got a match. So
Yep.
It happens to me once in a while, but then the vibrate happens now. And I go, oh crap, yeah. So it's
yeah, I like
it's
that.
good.
At first I was like, wait, who?
I like it
I
as
got a
well.
message? No, wait, what?
Yeah, same. It's good for people that like to multitask and stuff, because like sometimes I'll like queue up and the PvP queue's so long I just set my phone down on my lap or something and I start doing other stuff and then it vibrates. I'm like, okay, here we go. Like I think that's actually really nice.
Yep, agreed. That was a great change that nobody asked for, but now nobody wants to actually see it, or miss it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so I think that's pretty much all for the discussions. We're gonna take a quick break, and then we will take questions from chat. So get your questions ready, and as always, donations take priority. In the meantime, go check out our Twitter, check out our YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed to all of those: TikTok, subreddit, Facebook, whatever you need.
Snapchat.
Yeah, sure, and LinkedIn, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
LinkedIn 2021, baby. Let's
MySpace.
MySpace sounds good.
Apply.
Yeah.
MySpace.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
man.
All right, we'll be back in 3 minutes
Tumblr?
with your questions. All right, guys, we are back. I hope you enjoyed the break. Checked out our Twitch, checked out our YouTube, all the good stuff. I will now hand it over to ZVMC, and he will take your questions. So make sure that you pop your
All
questions
right.
in chat.
Hopefully my electricity doesn't, go out again like the last time. Well, yeah, okay, let's see. All right, Malik says, who do you think the new unit Kill and Khalifa will release with? What do you guys think?
Well, that's a good question because they should be coming out this week. I
Yeah,
think, right?
Wednesday probably.
Yeah.
I don't know, like they fought Goku, so I'm thinking maybe we could
Dude.
get a new Goku.
Dude, I hope for a green god Goku that did the finger blast that tanks, does
That would
damage,
be
and has
nice.
support, bro.
That would
I
be
would.
nice.
Oh,
So he does everything?
I would love that so much. Yeah, he does everything. I would love that, bro. I would love that. But honestly, I think it should be a Goku, honestly. Like a god Goku. I
Yeah,
think it should
yeah.
be him.
I think it'll be a
But
Goku.
other than that, probably, I have no idea, honestly. I have no idea.
I highly doubt God of Destruction Topo. I feel like that's too hype of a character for something like this. I could be wrong though.
yeah.
I could be wrong. But
What about not Golden Frieza, just regular Angel Frieza from the Tournament of Power?
that
Because
would
there
be
was
nice.
there was a scene in that episode where Goku fights Kill and Caulifla, where Frieza's about to kill them, but Goku stops him from killing them. So
Of course, you
I
would
mean,
say
that'd be
Frieza.
cool.
Yeah, I would love to see that Frieza.
I still vouch for LOE. Like they still need help. So
what do you mean they got their one of the year?
Oh my gosh.
Badlow Moore says, what about
Let's
Sparking
see.
Frost, though?
Yeah, because remember he does go full
Ooh.
power for like a second.
Yeah, it's like,
and then
are you
they
proud
go
of me,
to,
Sensei? And then he gets popped.
He could have a really interesting counter because he counters the Mafuba. So what if he has a green card that could like counter like beams or something like that? I don't know.
oh.
That would be nice.
Counter blast attacks or something. I don't know.
All right, let's see. So now that the time has passed since year 3, what are your thoughts on the units now, aside from Rav Gohan? For me, Gogeta is mid. Ice and Nova replaced are nobodies. Kefla is the least used unit of all time. Perfect Geo Blue is good. Merzamasu is good. Rav Gohan's good. Bojack's good. Goku is good. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on the
Yeah, no,
on the
same
year
here,
3
to be
units.
honest.
That's-
Same
You
here.
don't like new level of power ice?
Dude, whoever writes the scripts for the video and stuff, bro, please, bro, don't ever fire that guy, bro. He has some of the funniest memes ever. The new tier powerful Ice General.
Oh my god, he was so good. For no seconds.
It's so sad what happened to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. He's like one of the most wanted units, and it's just like, why?
Dude,
Why
I'm
would
so
you do
torn
this?
on Gogeta because like when I
I
play with
know.
him, I genuinely have a good time playing with him. Like he's a fun unit. But
He
I
is
do
fun,
wish he
but
was
these
better. Like I do
stats-
wish he was better.
Yeah.
I feel like when they were designing Gogeta, they tried too hard not to replicate the Vegeta Blue scenario with him, and then it just ended up happening with Gohan.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're like, oh.
All right. Philip says, "What's a feature from other gachas do you want to see in Legends, big or small? I'd like to see OSTs for ultras like Dokkan does." Yes. Why do we not have ultra OST? Dude, Dokkan OSTs are so amazingly good, and Legends just has the
right?
one old background music all the time. But like, we need some fresh beats,
I
bro.
know. Yeah, I know. I agree.
I mean, they
That's
did bring up
also,
that
uh,
question in the question in that survey or whatever, where like if we were interested in other
Yeah, but
other
in
like
buying them
background songs.
and purchasing them.
Yeah,
Didn't they
That is
say buy
actually,
music, bro? Like buy music.
I
or
hope they
something
don't do
like
that. I really hope they don't do that. To be honest.
Yeah,
That'd be so funny.
I was a little bit hard because I directly, like me and other people directly told them in feedback that we gave them, we were just straight up like, the OST in this game sucks. Like, needs
It's,
better
it's
OST.
really
memorable,
boring.
honestly,
Yeah.
like,
I play without the
Dokkan,
music.
You remember?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's not
Because-
good, though.
Because OST, like I think the soundtracks of these games actually influences the popularity a lot more than you guys realize. Because, for example, like Dokkan, people like find out about Dokkan through the OSTs. People use it in other media forms.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if Legends had better OST, people would like catch on to that and then figure out,
That
oh,
is
it's coming
true.
from this game, and then like start playing.
That's actually a great point.
Yeah.
Dude, especially
Yeah,
those
think about
those
that.
latest
That's true.
OSTs from the 350 million worldwide download celebration units.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
They're so good.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But the original,
I especially like how when they have those special OSTs playing, and that just gets like, and then someone rising rushes, and it just goes away.
imagine, man. But back to the question is, what do you
Always
guys,
that guitar
what would
song.
you guys like to see implemented aside from that from other gacha games?
honestly, I can't really. It's been so long since I played another gacha than Legends. I can't really say. But honestly, I don't even know. Honestly, I don't know. What do you guys think? Because
Well,
I haven't
before
played
the
any
pity-
gachas.
Before the
For a
pity
long
system,
time.
I would have said
Same.
that because Masters has a really
Yep,
good pity
yep.
system. But that's pretty much now in the game, so that would have been my number one answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think for
Alright,
me it would just be the pity system as well. Like, I'm so glad they did that.
All right. Black Sheep says, "Do you think that they'll ever allow us to reroll the first slot on awakened equipment?" They should,
Yes.
but would they ever do it? Probably not. But they should.
I think they will
should
at some
hopefully-
point.
Didn't they say that they're gonna do some equipment changes?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
Did that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I know I've heard Pomzor say this, and I've kind of said the same thing before, but I think what would really be cool is like some type of like ultra rare slot remover that, you know, even if like you don't get that many of them, like just this special slot remover lets you re-roll that first slot. I think that'd be a cool idea.
Because here's the thing with awakened equipment. You have a finite amount of resources
Yeah.
that you can use
Rush
to
coins, for
awaken
example,
equipment
huh?
with, right? Well, because the rush shop, like you can only do the rush once every 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and you need the materials from the rush shop to awaken equipment. So if you, there's a chance, because I remember when I initially tried rerolling that Frieza equipment, I think it's a second form Frieza awakened equipment. I used like 300,000 rush medals, and I didn't get a single slot 1 gold on any of them. And I'm like, all right, sweet. And then I just like never awaken equipment again after that. But
Yeah, I don't
the fact
like
that you
it.
are
It's,
limited on resources, like they need a way so that you can actually like have a way to grind up that first slot. And the way they have it right now is just awful.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Zanasi says, "What is your suggestion, opinion for the upcoming Legends Pass? What amount do you think would be worth for it?" Well, my opinion is it should be free. But how much should it cost? Probably like $10. I think is a decent price. Anything
I
about
agree,
that is kind of
$10.
like stretching it, honestly. But it should be free. Just speaking it out there, it should be free. But yeah,
I think it was data mined that there's a trial period for it too.
yeah.
But-
There is a 1 week trial.
Does that
period.
mean it'll be cheaper that time or just free or what? Any
No,
idea?
I think
I think it's gonna be free. I
it's-
think it'll be free.
Yeah, I
trial.
think it's free for the trial period, and then like you can choose to opt in or opt out, and then start paying if you want to continue it.
Honestly, I
The
think
mission plan
I think it
was
should be.
cheaper the first time.
Sorry, go ahead, Jonikku.
Oh no, I was just saying, like, I remember the mission plan was cheaper the first time it came out,
$4, yeah.
and then now it just has the full prices.
And I think that for me actually the battle pass shouldn't even cost $10. It should be $5. Because
Yeah.
it depends on what's the value of. We still don't know about those tickets, I think. At least I don't. And for the time being, I'm fine without the equip slots. I'm fine without, extra adventure slots. It's like, it's okay, but I don't really need it. So, why would I spend $10 a month? That's $120 a year.
For me, it'll be like $15, I reckon.
Sorry? How many?
Or maybe more.
Yeah.
Maybe $15, roughly around that, maybe.
Yeah, you should switch your Android or like Google Play Store or whatever to. I think Tom is in the JP one where the crystals are the cheapest. I'm in the US, which is cheaper than Germany. But you can only do that once a year, and some apps are not available.
Right. Yeah.
Like I have to go to the German Corona app. I have to do that through a APK mirror or something.
Oh my god, that effort.
But
Yeah, all right. Shank says, do you guys think the new PvP leader sub update will finally end this habit nightmare and make the meta fresh? Finally, it's painfully repetitive currently. Honestly, I think for me, it's not repetitive at all because I find a lot of Saiyans, GT, fusions, God Key, especially God Key, hybrids.
Swift.
But I think the leader sub update will make it a bit more diverse, but not to the extent that people are wishing that it does. Because the top teams are still going to be the top teams,
We need an LOE comeback. I don't even play LOE, and I'll admit that. Like, we do need an LOE comeback.
Whenever LOE comes back,
dude, I'm pretty confident they're dead set on making that a secondary tag, and they're just going to focus on powerful opponent. I think is what they're trying to do. Yeah.
But still,
whenever LOE is like in the meta is good. Like I can't think of a LOE meta where the meta wasn't good when they were like one of the top teams.
I mean, honestly, it says a lot that Minions is a better tag than LOE right now. Literally, the Frog Force is better than LOE right now.
I mean, to add on to what ZVG said real quick, I mean, I agree with him 100% that the meta is, I mean, at the end of the day, hybrids are the best team, right? But when you jump into PvP, it's still pretty diverse. I mean, especially even in the higher ranks, you're facing like at least 4 or 5 different type teams. But I mean, you'll still have those strings of matches where you face hybrids like 4 or 5 games in a row or something. But I do think the meta is pretty diverse right now.
Alright.
Yeah,
I'm
true.
free-to-play player. YouTube says, since they haven't done almost anything to guilds, what do you think will be the future of guilds since guild versus guild is what we think it is? Guild chat and global chat. Thank you from India. Honestly, I have no idea why we don't have a chat system. Like, how can I communicate with my guild mates? Like, there's no form of communication. And honestly, the future of guilds to me, it's probably not gonna change. Honestly, I think guilds are just like something that dead in the water for them. The guild versus guild hasn't even been brought up since they last said it, bro.
I feel like they scratched that idea.
So it's
March 2020.
Yeah, it feels like guilds right now is just a glorified friends list. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There should be a chat system. There should definitely be a chat system. Because right now, like, you can basically, like, go in and, like, make little comments with, like, the messages and stuff. But, like, that's not, I don't know. I feel like there should be some type of chat.
The guild system.
To be honest, I feel like even if we had a chat, it's not much use if that's all you can do with the guild. Because most people, like, that play in guilds for, like, competitive reasons, or even YouTubers, you have some sort of a Discord server or a group chat already. So unless you can actually use that chat to coordinate something, like have a guild versus guild tournament, or I don't know. I feel like even having a chat won't change anything.
I don't know if this is actually the reason why they don't implement the chat, but I feel like maybe the censoring of like certain words is the reason why they don't do it.
Yeah, they probably just don't feel like dealing with like censoring everybody's chat.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm not sure how that works.
That would
I'm not
actually
sure
make sense.
It's like,
I don't know about the logistics behind that, how that works, but I feel like that might be a factor.
Yeah.
yeah, it'll end up like a Warzone chat or something. Just toxic as hell.
All right. Let's see. Any more questions, guys? Let's see. Do you guys think that they haven't released an LF Gogeta yet because he might be the first summonable Ultra unit? What?
I think you mean Super Gogeta from the Fusion
You mean Super
Reborn.
Gogeta? Honestly,
that's my most wanted LF right now.
I think the first summonable Ultra is gonna be
Gohan.
Ultra MUI Goku in Christmas. No joke.
Yeah, I think that's
no joke.
Ultra.
Like I can see, bro. I can see the Ultra MUI coming for Christmas, bro, to save God Key from the deaths. This fair.
I think it's gonna be
movie themes.
I think it's gonna be Ultra Ultimate Gohan.
The Chad.
I would not be surprised.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know. Like ultra, it's gonna be Ultra FSK Gohan with Revival, who comes back with Endurance on his second life, and he cancels Revival
Dude,
too.
how do we not have an LF in the game? Like,
Please.
why are they waiting on, bro? We have
Yeah.
a Frieza, we have
LF
Kid
Cell
Buu.
for sure.
Where is LF Cell, bro?
Please.
Where's LF transforming
I need
Cell?
it.
And we finally got Frieza as an LF who wasn't, first form, like finally
Yeah, that's true.
final form, which is like, these iconic villains, right?
No.
No. Just Goku,
Do you
Goku,
think-
Goku. Oh, sorry.
Do you think they will ever release another character-specific Pelham equipment? Probably not. I think doing for the tags in general is probably like a better way of going about it. What do you guys think? But like, doing for like tags and like.
I mean, honestly, I
What do you
think
guys
this
think?
character specific is cool because they can, like, for example, with LF Frieza, they gave him what he was lacking, which was defenses, right? If you go for a tag and a color, you can still kind of tailor it to one unit more than another, but I feel like they're going to spread it out a little bit more. And I think that character specific equips are a little bit, they're like perfect for this one character. That's what they're for. So I think I would
especially
prefer
some
that.
of the LF units.
Yeah.
It's possible. I mean, we're overdue a plat equip for like Gogeta Blue,
VB.
Yes.
Blue VB. Yeah, I
Vegeta
mean,
Blue,
like
yeah.
there's some units that definitely need a plat, so I could see them maybe dropping one. I just don't know when.
I think one thing I want to say as a person whose account is like fairly new. One thing that gripes me is the fact that the equipment metal shop doesn't have the best equipment available. Why do I have to 40-star unit and then some of them again and then use those coins to get the best equipment for my units? But it makes no sense as to why the best equipment are not in the equipment metal shop. Like, does that make any sense to anybody, bro? Like, why is that a thing? Like, let me get the best equipment in the equipment metal shop and put something else in the Z metal shop, please. Thank you. That's all. That just annoys me beyond belief. Honestly, it makes no sense as to why that exists.
Yeah,
No sense.
I feel you on that.
Fair enough. What does LOE stand for? Nobody knows.
Best team in the game is Carkip LOE, baby. Carkip LOE, best team in the game.
Legends of Evil or something. I don't know.
No, the best team in the game is the Frog Force. No cap. Frog Force, let's go. All right, I think we can wrap it up here for today. We will be
right.
back in a week with episode 49. And if you want to rewatch the podcast, you missed a part of it or whatever, it will go on YouTube in about 24 and a half hours. So make sure to be subscribed to the YouTube channel. Check out our Twitter, all the other social media. I will put the link tree in the chat. And thanks to all our guests. Thanks for coming back, Goresh, as well, from hiding.
Yeah. Yeah, glad to be back.
He's about to go play Dokkan for next week and like never touch Legends again. So,
I got some backup videos for Legends that I can put up.
That says everything.
That's true. That's true.
All right, so we are going to raid off to one of our members, Mini Maxi, who's playing Dokkan right now. And with that said, we hope you have a fantastic week. Remember, Twitch Prime is not a crime, and we will see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Peace.
peace out, guys.